0. Now without tipping down game, creating a problem of the rest. Everyone's beginning to make their move onto objective here. Rogan finding 0, making a rotation. Pretty great one nonetheless. What is good?
Wall looking for Viper. The trade might be coming through. RPT will go down. Lego finding 2 on the outside as well, but Viper not ready for that as Gucci picks up 2 coming up the stairs with their backs facing him. And the upstairs defense continues to rest coming from behind. Couldn't take that around. This could be a fatal mistake. Drake is coming from directly from Rest doesn't seem to see Renner. But now he does. And the uplink's open. Now the fan has to face off with Drake and Grass at the same time. But Drake is taken down from Ban, giving the 5 balls to the...
But back into the action, and the free fire paying off from Noman and Scooby-Doo, grabbing 2 from Armageddon early. The shots coming back, almost tagging Noman. Twold able to grab Loyalty, and the push is hard on the objective right now. Twold has to respond as one is inside the corner. Killinger's punching in the code, trying to put Captains up 2-0, and he does. The incredibly aggressive push in the center.
Try a little bit something different here and there. Yeah, absolutely. I think the same thing, but you know what? I think we're seeing, I think they're executing better because of it. I think they've been too tense throughout this whole game and not really playing like SMC. Now, of course, they'll correct me and say that I'm wrong because I'm sure to them they felt like everything was going their way, but right now everything is not. Global still picking up the man advantage. Trip gonna be able to leave things out there, but he runs right into Lionheart. Lionheart lays him out. Now Auto takes down Lane and Jordan, and Global can grab the next round parry.
Looking for Viper. The trade might be coming through. RPT will go down. Lego finding 2 on the outside as well, but Viper not ready for that as Gucci picks up 2 coming up the stairs with their backs facing him. And the upstairs defense continues to
rest coming from behind. Could be taken out Renner G. This could be a fatal mistake. Drayden is coming from directly from totally direction. Rest doesn't seem to see Renner G. But now he does. And the uplink's open. Now the ban has to face off with Drayden and Grass at the same time. But Drayden is taken down the ban, giving the 5 balls to the...
But back into the action, and the free fire paying off from Noman and Scooby-Doo, grabbing 2 from Armageddon early. The shots coming back, almost tagging Noman. Twold able to grab Loyalty, and the push is hard on the objective right now. Twold has to respond as one is inside the corner. Killinger's punching in the code, trying to put Captains up 2-0, and he does. The incredibly aggressive push in the center.
Try a little bit something different here and there. Yeah, absolutely. I think the same thing, but you know what? I think we're seeing, I think they're executing better because of it. I think they were too tense throughout this whole game and not really playing like SMC. Now, of course, they'll correct me and say that I'm wrong because I'm sure to them they felt like everything was going their way, but right now everything is not. Global still picking up the man advantage. Trip gonna be able to leave things out there, but he runs right into Lionheart. Lionheart lays him out. Now Auto takes down Lane and Jordan. Global can grab the next round parry.
finding zero, and making a rotation. A pretty brave one nonetheless. And what is good?
Wall looking for Viper. The trade might be coming through. RBT will go down. Lego finding 2-0 on the outside as well, but Viper not ready for that as Gucci picks up 2 coming up the stairs with their backs facing him. And the upstairs defense continues to
Rest coming from behind. Could be taking out energy. This could be a fatal mistake. Jake is coming from totally direct. Rest doesn't seem to see energy. But now he does. And the uplink is open. Now the ban has to face off the Drake and Grass at the same time. But the Drake is taking down the ban. Giving the 5 balls with it.
But back into the action, and the free fire paying off from Noman and Scooby-Doo, grabbing 2 from Armageddon early. The shots coming back, almost tagging Noman. Toold able to grab Loyalty, and the push is hard on the objective right now. Toold has to respond as one is inside the corner. Killinger's punching in the code, trying to put Captains up 2-0, and he does. The incredibly aggressive push in the center.
Try a little bit something different here and there. Yeah, absolutely. I think the same thing, but you know what? I think we're seeing, I think they're executing better because of it. I think they've been too tense throughout this whole game and not really playing like SMC. Now, of course, they'll correct me and say that I'm wrong because I'm sure to them they felt like everything's going their way. But right now, everything is not. William's still picking up the man advantage. Trip going to be able to even things out there, but he runs right into Lionheart, and Lionheart lays him out. Now Otto takes down Lane and Jordan, and Global can grab the next round very.
Got him now. Will they know what is happening right now?
Oh man, this is going to be so much anxiety.
Play along with what he. The first one down. Takes them all down.
Hitman. Oh, Max is picking up 1, picking up 2. Axis is on objective with tablet out. This is it. He's going to touch. He's pacifist. Take the.
He goes around. He's going to get caught up by Zero. Now we're going to take him down for creating a problem here. Fontaine will go for this. Everyone's going to make their move onto objective here. Morgan finding Zero, making a rotation. Pretty great one nonetheless. And what is the
Wall looking for Viper. The trade might be coming through. RBT will go down. Lego finding 2-0 on the outside as well, but Viper not ready for that as Gucci picks up 2 coming up the stairs with their backs facing him. And the upstairs defense continues to
Rest coming from behind. Could be taking out energy. This could be a fatal mistake. Jake is coming from totally direct. Rest doesn't seem to see energy. But now he does. And the uplink is open. Now the ban has to face off with Drake and Red at the same time. But Drake is taking down the ban, giving the 5 balls to the.
But back into the action, and the free fire paying off from Noman and Scooby-Doo, grabbing 2 from Armageddon early. The shots coming back, almost tagging Noman. Toold able to grab Loyalty, and the push is hard on the objective right now. Toold has to respond as one is inside the corner. Killinger's punching in the code, trying to put Captains up 2-0, and he does. The incredibly aggressive push in the center.
Try a little bit something different here and there. Yeah, absolutely. I think the same thing, but you know what? I think we're seeing, I think they're executing better because of it. I think they've been too tense throughout this whole game and not really playing like SMC. Now, of course, they'll correct me and say that I'm wrong because I'm sure to them they felt like everything was going their way, but right now everything is not. William's still picking up the man advantage. Trip going to be able to even things out there, but he runs right into Lionheart. Lionheart lays him out. Now Otto takes down Lane and Jordan, and Global can grab the next round very.
looking for Viper. The trade might be coming through. RBT will go down. Lego finding 2 on the outside as well, but Viper not ready for that as Hoochie picks up 2 coming up the stairs with their backs facing him, and the upstairs defense continues to...
Res coming from behind. Couldn't take down Renner. This could be a fatal mistake. Drayton is coming from direction from total interaction. Res doesn't seem to see Renner G. But now he does. And the uplink's open. Now the ban has to face off with Drayton and Res at the same time. But Drayton is taking down the ban, giving the 5 pause with the...
But back into the action, and the free fire paying off from Noman and Scooby-Doo, grabbing 2 from Armageddon early. The shots coming back, almost tagging Noman. Tool able to grab Loyalty, and the push is hard on the objective right now. Tool has to respond as one is inside the corner. Killinger's punching in the code, trying to put Captains up 2-0, and he does.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are here from the VRML to bring you Supernatural versus Loyal Dogs eSport. My name is TFH, and I am here with my co-caster and good friend Xandria. Xandria, how are you doing today?
I'm doing just peachy keen. How about yourself?
Peachy keen, that's a new one, but I'll use it too. I'm doing peachy keen as well. We are waiting for everyone to jump into the lobby here, but in the meantime, let's talk about the metadata of this match here. What are our bans, Andrea?
All right, so on the side of Loyal Dogs, they have banned Quarantine. A little bit of a interesting pick as they have never played it, and Supernatural has a 20% round win on that map. Supernatural banning Suburbia with a 0% round win thus far this season, and Loyal Dogs as well have a 0% round win.
Both of those are very commonly played maps, so definitely something to work on for both teams there. Get a lot more comfortable on. They're both great maps, so it'd be great to see these guys kind of develop themselves for them. Our first map will be Tanker. Well, one of my favorites personally. Just kind of cool to have a really close range night map, very close quarters, and get some really interesting plays off of it as well because of its verticality. Xandria, your thoughts on the map?
So with Tanker, I really like it. For one reason, it's a night map. It kind of throws you off a little bit. You got to use that night vision, got to lose that 1 point in your setup. Also, there's a lot of different routes you can take to all of the objectives. So you really have to watch out on the defense as, you know, if you're not paying attention, you can be easily flanked and not even know it.
Yeah, going through the rosters for both these teams here. On Supernatural, we got Dean Winchester, codename Deadshot, and then we got Bobby Singer, Dak Arak, Castile as Nevis 71. I feel like I'm doing like a 80s like movie intro here. Crowley's Heisenberg, and then wait, hang on. We got 2 Crawleys, which is really weird. But we got Heisenberg, OG Don, Sam Winchester, who's Blast Tyrant, and of course, fan favorite Satan. On the Loyal Dog side, we got I'm Donnie, Frosty Nye, Hayeto. I'm gonna assume it's Hayeto. Helmgari, Mousecraft, and Nimilad. These are hard for Spanish. Nimilade, okay. I'll just go with that. That sounds good. I like that. Unless you've got any other potential pronunciations there, Xandria.
Yeah, that's the one.
Alright, we'll go with that. We are still waiting on... Oh, we got Frosty Nye in on the Loyal Dog side, so that'll definitely be a player for today. Hopefully we will see both teams play with a 5-man squad. Last time we saw Loyal Dogs, it was kind of unfortunate because they weren't able to get all 5 members on. They got 4 members, and they weren't able to get a reservist, so they kind of got beat down pretty hard, but they definitely had some good skill on their side.
Yeah, It's always unfortunate when you have a 4v5 right from the start. I mean, that's a pretty significant deficit to play from.
In the beginning of a round, you always have to kind of build up that velocity or that the momentum that you have in order to kind of rally your team behind it. Going for V5 as a newer team that isn't on as much as, say, other ones are, it definitely doesn't work out in your favor at all.
Yeah, and I'm just noticing here, possibly the reason they have so much trouble is it does seem like they only have 6 members on their team out of the possible 8.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little different. I do not know how Loyal Dogs gets managed. If it's Donnie, or if it's actually because they're an actual eSport organization, rather than just a bunch of people who try to form a team. That's something that goes through the organization, or if Donnie has complete control over his team. I don't know. I'm not a member of one of these pro teams. But that could definitely be a factor in this. Also, they're all Spanish, so I'm pretty sure that's also a contributing factor as well. It kind of filters the possible player list.
That is true.
Now, Xandria, do you know Spanish at all?
Only a few words.
Well, it's a bit better than I am. All I know is like amigo, hola, and yeah, that's about it. So you might be more helpful with the Loyal Dogs callouts there.
I highly doubt it. I'm pretty sure all those words are on the list of words I don't know.
Well, we're gonna wait for everyone to go in here. We got everything else set up here, so we're just gonna throw ourselves into an intermission while we wait for the for everything to get set up. As both teams have 20 minutes to assemble the Avengers.
Well, 11 minutes now.
Well, 11 minutes now, yeah, but we're just gonna throw ourselves into the intermission here. We'll see you on the other side of that.
So much anxiety.
Waiting along with rookie. First one down.
All down. One seat. These days. Hitman. Oh, Axe is picking up 1, picking up 2. Tom. Axis is on objective to tap it out. This is it. He's gonna cut. He's pacifist. Take the.
He goes around. Getting caught up by Zero. Now without taking down and creating a drive to go for the west. I don't know if we're going to make them move onto the objective here. Finding Zero, making a rotation. Pretty great one nonetheless. What is going on?
Wall looking for Viper. The trade might be coming through. RPT will go down. Lego finding 2-0 on the outside as well, but Viper not ready for that as Gucci picks up 2 coming up the stairs with their backs facing him, and the upstairs defense continues to.
Res coming from behind. Could be taking out Energy. This could be a fatal mistake. Drayton is coming from totally different direction. Res doesn't seem to see Energy. But now he does. And the uplink open. Now the plan has to face off with Drayton and Res at the same time. But Trade is taken down with bad, giving the 5 balls to the.
But back into the action, and the pre-fire paying off from Omen and Scooby-Doo, grabbing 2 from Armageddon early. The shots coming back, almost tagging Noman. Too Old able to grab Loyalty, and the push is hard on the objective right now. Too Old has to respond as one is inside the corner. Killinger's punching in the code, trying to put Captains up 2-0, and he does. The incredibly aggressive push in the center.
Try a little bit something different here and there. Yeah, absolutely. I think the same thing, but you know what? I think we're seeing, I think they're executing better because of it. I think they've been too tense throughout this whole game and not really playing like SMC. Now, of course, they'll correct me.
All right, and we're back, and we have full lineups on both sides here. Playing for Loyal Dogs eSports today on map 1, we have Frosty Nye. I'm Donnie, Hayato, Mousecraft, and hi, I'm Gary. I like that. I actually really like that name.
Yeah,
Hi,
that's
I'm
nice.
Gary. Hi, I'm Gary. I'm not Gary, I'm Todd, but still, we're just waiting for the teams here to kind of finish up their initial strategizing. And they don't have a time limit per se on round 1 because they don't have that auto timer. You know, nagging at them to start the game. But oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, start the game, bro.
Oh, we don't say that no more. I got something to tell you off stream. And we're still waiting. Still waiting. Very patiently. I hope y'all are too. Thank you for stopping by the way. I'm just gonna do a quick little plug here. As you can see on the screen, today's cast is brought to you by ProTube VR VR cover. Both of them have basic products. ProTube VR brings out the best in the gun stock through actual like metal and stuff like that. Like it's not just 3D printed. There's some serious production behind there. So definitely check them out. They're releasing Force Tube, which is kind of like the first like haptic gun stock out there. So it's something I really want to try out eventually. And VR cover as well. Something I just got from a friend, and it is so great. It is so nice not to have like the default covers on your headset absorbing all your sweat. Lets it drip down naturally. And definitely both try. I would highly suggest it. Xandria, would you?
Yeah. I would definitely recommend the leather cover to a friend. It's so nice. And it actually kind of holds the headset to your face more firmly because it kind of doesn't really slide around or move.
Yeah, it's nice because, you know, it's leather, which is effectively skin, and so it feels more like a human touch. But it's not really. It's probably some skinned animal, but I mean, you put that in your car. Not gross.
Yeah.
Especially if you got a nice car, like a Buick or something like that. Ooh, and we will be starting now.
It looks like we're starting out on that downstairs objective.
That is a... Whoa. Sorry for that there. Whoa. Oh, man. My camera's lagging pretty hard there. But anyways. Interesting strategizing coming out from Supernatural. Maybe lack thereof. Gonna follow OG here. I don't know why they both call themselves Crawley, but apparently that's just a thing. We will be seeing Loyal Dogs here, up here. Company here. Doc just in time.
Yeah, this tunnel is definitely probably the biggest death trap on this objective.
Can go either way here. It just depends who can see each other first. Donnie and Mousecraft trade, which is bad because that's a team kill. Hopefully that res comes out, but ooh, that's not the way you want to start off your game.
Yeah, they must be very anxious for this match. I mean, that's a little bit early to be expecting somebody back that far.
The first shots of the game are toward each other. Nye goes down to Satan. The revive will come out from Donnie, thus resolving any friendship disputes there are. Oh, they only just figured out that the uplink is downstairs. They just called it out. Oh, that's a bad day.
It's definitely easy mistake as the dots for downstairs versus upstairs are very close on the map.
Man, we're seeing it all today. We see team kills, miscalled uplinks, even a flank now and some bad nades. Just, the Loyal Dogs here are going to come in sweeping into punish as Donnie might get himself a nice double here. Winchester's not ready for this. Supernatural only down to 1 member versus 3, but oh, Sam Winchester's able to get Donnie and Mousecraft, bringing it down to a 1v1.
And just as I said earlier, that this map definitely lends itself to those kind of wicked flanks.
Yeah, it really does. The entrances you have and the verticality, it's very easy to get a flank on and being able to just punish teams that aren't expecting it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough round to win for Supernatural. Hajito here is in a very strong position for this approach.
Yeah, he's in a really good spot. He can have a definite peak angle. I don't think Winchester's going to be expecting it. The nade might get him. Oh, it gets Winchester, though. Hayeto wins Loyal Dogs a point on round 1 with the trade.
With a trade.
Yeah, very nicely done.
That was a very nice round to start the match with.
Yeah, very good. I mean, there were a couple mishaps there, but it all kind of got ironed out there. And Loyal Dogs definitely are going a lot better than the first time that we've casted them. Okay, pointed the wrong side, but I fixed it. Yeah, and the team killing off the bat there is definitely something to be not recommended.
No, not at all.
At least the revive came out and they were able to solve that issue. We will have the same objective for this next round. Starting pretty quick here. I don't think that was even a full 2 minutes. Wrapped in the tunnel. This is not one of my favorite maps to cast, though, I will tell you that.
It is a little...
Requires a bit of navigation. Definitely some strategizing coming out in a different language for Loyal Dogs off the bat. It seems like they kind of have a plan.
Yeah, it is definitely good to see some last-minute strategy. Unfortunately, we're unable to interpret it for you.
Yeah, it's fine. Gives it covert. Looks like that the Supernatural squad are gonna hang out all downstairs and expect a flank on the tunnel, but Satan's pushing up pretty far.
And this could be unfortunate for them as Mousecraft and Frosty here coming around up top side. If they check left there, they could definitely get 2 picks for their team.
Yeah, they definitely could. Oh, and Frosty gets Satan, but the trade will come out. Deadshot's able to get Donnie. Loyal Dogs are down 2 members compared to 1 on Supernatural.
Dean unfortunately seems unaware of that, although Mousecraft definitely on his tail.
I mean, it's a little hard to communicate on this map because you just want to be as covert as possible, not give away your position, but you're just so close that it's so easy to do so. Oh, and,
Yeah, that definitely is sort of a source
there's
of
a bit of a
anxiety at
peeking
times.
battle going on here. I'm sorry to interrupt you. It's kind of funny. And it just resorts to blind fire. Wow. He is holding a clacker in hand, so I wonder where he placed that C4. It looks like he's more trying to entice. Oh, wow. Wow, look at that C4. Hayeto doesn't even see it.
Oh my gosh. That is danger close.
Oh, he's able to get it, so the C4 is now, it's not active because no one told it the clacker. Winchester and Hayeto trade. But Hayeto will get the better of that as he is resible. It looks like Mousecraft's gonna go for it. Winchester and Nelvis are not going to budge at all to try to confirm that kill, probably going to bring it back up to a 2v2. That res is going to come out here. And no one's gone for the clacker as well, so I don't think we're going to see that C4, even though that's some really good placement, actually. Like, you
Yeah, it
have to
really
be
is.
exposed in order to see it.
I wonder if they realized just how close to death they were.
That C4 is just right there. We're seeing a lot more people being able to spot out C4 positions nowadays.
Yeah, as you get more familiar with where they tend to be, you can definitely make it a habit to look for them.
One went off. Well, obviously won't find anyone else. It's on the wrong side of the map. 2 minutes and 57 left. Half the round time has been used, and Little Dogs are actually pretty close to the objective. They got plenty of time to burn.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're doing a good job being quiet, kind of instilling that doubt in the defense as to where they're coming from.
Definitely a very prominent EU kind of play style, I should say. Much slower, checking corners rather than just kind of running in and picking the enemy by surprise, as we Americans like to do so. Some good positions on Supernatural as well, as Sam is holding that same position as one member of the Loyal Dogs was before. I'm really bad with names though, so I'm gonna forget who it was. I think it was Hieto. Yeah, it was Hieto. Housecraft. Man, they're checking every corner. They're not leaving a corner unchecked. So is Nelvis too. He's fidgeting.
Yeah, I mean, 1:52 remaining. They got to know that the enemy's going to come soon.
Well, they're using as much time as they can to go down one hallway. Hayato's got a...
And if they were counting, they may not even know that they have two enemies coming for them.
Hayato almost is able to put a beat on it. Mousecraft knows exactly where two of them are now, I think. Oh, the bad peak just comes out, and Mousecraft is not able to clinch it. And Supernatural will go up on their first point.
Yeah, that was a really good round for them as they just sort of tucked in and set up a strong defense. They kind of went for the flank, and you know, they got some early picks for them, kind of leveled the playing field down to 2v2. But you know, with just nerves of steel, they just sat there and waited for the enemy to come and pick them off as they did.
Yeah, the flanks were definitely mitigated though by the fact that Loyal Dogs actually chose not to go into the tunnels. They chose to go topside.
Yeah.
And everybody's flanking on this map here are going to have to go topside. So it definitely was able to kind of keep the combat in a place where the Dogs were much more comfortable duking it out on. But unfortunately, they just weren't able to keep that end of round momentum going in their favor. Natural went up their first point.
And now we're on to that top side middle objective, and as you recall from last round, the white dot is very close, so it's easy to mix these two up.
Yeah, even on the map, it's like they don't make it easy for us on this
No.
one. Oh, awesome. Free fire going through. Oh. There's a bunch of pre-fire coming out here. Probably won't find anything. But a really nice defense is actually kind of set up here. We kind of are holding a lane. We're holding two lines here.
Yeah, they kind of have that midfield covered from both sides.
Yeah.
Pretty good early coverage there. We have two in each of those two little buildings there, watching people to come up for the stairs.
Oh, Mousecraft finds Satan with a really nice pick. One member of Supernatural will be going downstairs. Now smokes are coming out on objective. One member of the Dogs, though, Donnie, is watching that back stairway like a hawk. That's a little far from objective, at least for me to feel comfortable.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna have to keep an eye on the tablet in case all their teammates go down.
And a lot of these newer teams don't really understand how important that tablet really is, how much information goes into the battle.
The tablet is love.
Really nice pick from Mousecraft to get onto Nelvis. That controlled fire burst is just really good. Dean Winchester will get the better of him though as he makes his way onto objective. Hayeto's got to make the rotation, but luckily Frosty Nye is able to get that pick. Hayeto sees Sam. And he's able to get Loyal Dogs a nice point here. We're seeing a really good matchup tonight.
Yeah, we really are.
Back and forth rounds from Supernatural and Loyal Dogs. I knew this would be a much better cast for Loyal Dogs after seeing the first one. It felt kind of bad casting that and kind of not showing them in a good light. But this is definitely bringing out what I thought I could see out of these two teams here. As you can see, we are still in the first map. Current scoreline is 1-2. Loyal Dogs currently has the advantageous lead right now by 1 point. Continues this way. They're looking to close out a map here. Granted, Supernatural aren't able to take 2 points, but it could go either way here. We've seen some really close action on both sides.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, we've seen all Volk wins so far.
Yeah, the defense is just really holding out here on this map, and it could just be how the play style is. They're playing slower, and they're not really overwhelming the defense so much. Whereas if you get a bunch of smokes out and you just run for it, you could potentially slip by under cover and get caps or get behind the enemy lines. Some really hard pushes coming out from Loyal Dogs here. As 2 of them will go underneath. They're actually going to go far.
Yeah, I think they slipped right underneath Nelvis undetected.
It looks like Doom's. Ooh, Mousecraft's gonna go down to Nelvis, who's hanging out on the. Oh no, that's someone else. There was just some free fire, but Nelvis is where is he? We got Doom rotating back. Counter this. I think he doesn't have a. Oh no, he's just crouching. Oh, he's able to find one. The peek through the window happens. Now, I'm Gary. Hi, I'm Gary. Hi, I'm Gary. He's able to find, or at least get some information on his battle here.
Yeah, a little earlier there, OG Don there, he just booked it back to that rear stairwell. I think he may have heard them coming underneath.
He's able to find Nelvis closer to the objective here, but she is the only. Well, actually, no, she does have backup. She has one other member, but the dogs are a little spread out here. He's so close to objective. Oh, Gary has slipped away from Don for now as he's gone around the other way, but oh, he's gonna get flanked. That's. Oh man, you gotta get around that corner. Oh, he just slips away. He just slips away. He's able to find Dean Winchester. The flank has happened. Only 2 members.
And there's nobody on objective.
Oh, the cap can happen. The cap can happen right now if they know how to cap. They don't realize it that they're all. The objective is completely undefended right now. Oh no. Come on, guys.
The 3v1. Get on that objective.
This could be your map.
Just do it.
The time's ticking away. Now OG Don is able to. I think the cap's happening. Gary's tablet out. He's a little far from the objective. He's a little bit exposed. There are 3 members securing.
If OG
he gave up on it. He gave up on it.
No, what? Why?
Oh.
You had it. You had it.
You know, capping is a very hard thing to do when you, even for professional players at times, because you know 7-digit codes are hard to memorize.
I still can't memorize all 7. I do 3, go back and look at the last 4.
I kind of have like a little rhythm.
It's still faster. It's still faster than messing it up.
It is still faster than messing it up. The cap could have happened. It definitely looked like they were thinking about doing it, but Donnie got a little spooked there. Didn't feel like that he could enter it in quick enough. It's totally fine. He was able to get himself a map point here, but he could have
just ended.
That could have been an amazing scoreline for Loyal Dogs to start off on.
But hopefully they can ride that momentum. They've gotten past the Volk winning, you know, scoreline, and that's going to give them that one leg up that if they do a good job on defense here, they're going to take the map.
Yeah, indeed. It's definitely looking really good for Loyal Dogs here. They've definitely shown up this time compared to the last cast we had with them. The last unfortunate cast. This is incredible to watch.
Supernatural busting out the shield on offense.
Ooh, about time. This is like the perfect map for the shield because it's nighttime and you know it's close quarters. There's plenty of lanular activity. However, the shield will not be going down the tunnels where it's probably most powerful. Dean Deadshot. I haven't really seen play the shield too much, and you can't really just be busting out a shield if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah,
There's
the shield
a fine
definitely
art
takes
to
a
it.
lot of practice.
Very fine art to it, and it takes a lot of practice. It probably took me, I want to say, at least 100 hours before I started clicking with it. Deadshot's bringing out the side pistol. He's definitely got a laser sight. Being backed up by Blast. Oh, and a really nice nade is going to take down Frosty.
Beautiful nade.
Oh, incredible one.
Yeah, I definitely think Supernatural is thinking cap right now.
Well, they have to if they want to tie this scoreline back up. They've been on the low side. Ooh, I'm Dottie just avoiding Satan there.
Yeah, I think Hajito right now needs to rotate out and get that pick on the shield.
I don't know. You might want to wait till you could get a little closer. Oh, Satan's able to find a hero though. The shield's been hanging back and it hasn't been too aggressive, which is how you play a shield. You don't want to be too aggressive with it, otherwise you can find yourself getting flanked really easily.
And Gary's kind of looking the wrong way.
Donnie gets flanked himself. He puts himself in a really awkward position, and Loyal Dogs are down to one member here. Definitely playing this a little too aggressively for this objective where they could just be inside. Does Supernatural know how to cap or these, you know, fancy capping spots though? I think they do. Tablets coming out from Dean.
Oh, Gary's totally unaware right now.
Oh, Gary. The counter cap is gonna come out. Oh no, he gave up.
You can't get it from
Gave
there.
up.
I don't think.
He gave up on the code.
I don't think you can get it from that spot. You have
Maybe
to go
not.
the other
Maybe
side
not.
of the board.
No. But Gary's rotating off of objective. He's got to look. Oh, yep, there it is.
Oh.
Good cap from Supernatural. It's actually a pretty quick one.
Yeah, it was.
It's amazing he's able to cap that quick, but they're not able to win Suburbia. We're definitely seeing a lot of skill on the Supernatural side. I'm just surprised they haven't really... Well, they're able to connect it now, but they still have not taken the lead.
Yeah, I think we're just seeing that little bit of inexperience. You know, they definitely knew about that northern capping position, but he didn't know exactly where.
Yeah, and obviously Loyal Dogs need to know like where the defense should be.
Yeah.
A last man situation, which is why that was actually really easy for the shield to just roll up. Also surprised. Well, they did that. Supernatural's not really a shield team, so I don't think that any of the dogs need to bring a Molotov. Courtesy for the shield. We are in a 3-3 here. Map 1's going to be decided by this next round here. Same objective. Loyal Dogs get a chance to attack here. Now, Supernatural's been thrown off before. Thrown off of objective before. Definitely not out of the question for Loyal Dogs here.
Yeah, I would definitely love to see Loyal Dogs kind of answer back with the same cap.
That would be really cool. A 3 cap in a row kind of deal. That'd be really cool to see.
Yeah. A little bit quiet at spawn on the side of Loyal
A little
Dogs.
bit, yeah. can't let these things get to your head. You know, caps happen. You know, getting capped on happens to everyone. It's just something that it's just a way of life, you know. And so
Yeah.
just gotta shake it off and just focus on the next objective.
I know it always shakes me up just a little bit.
It always shakes everyone up a little bit because you know that
Ooh, that frag kicking out that C4.
Oh, that is a really good, yeah. Dogs will not be bringing the shield today. Oh, and a trade comes out from Gary and Raleigh for Don. But the Supernatural can go for the res here, but it's in a very dangerous spot. If Mousecraft here is able to get it here sooner, oh, they're just playing too slow. The res will come out. Loyal Dogs will be on the receiving end of that loss. Not a loss, but... Oh, and another one is... Don's able to get another one. The res can't come out here, but he's going to double tap that, and so... Loyal Dogs are down 2 members here. They were so close to winning map 1, but... Oh, it's just falling apart. 3 on 2 here.
Yeah, Supernatural is definitely, you know, making good use of these bulletproof windows to gather intel.
He's gonna get some company right here. Don. Luckily, these ones aren't bulletproof, unlike Cargo, which he just found out. Maybe he still thinks it is, and he thought he got Nye. Nye has rotated, and she is the last one. Last one up against 2 members.
Yeah, I think Frosty really needs to change up the game plan here and kind of go for a hard rotation. Pop up somewhere else.
I mean, when you're a newer team, I mean, I don't see these people on so much, but that's because, you know, different time zones. Spain's different.
Yeah.
Oh, look for that. Oh, the rotation just in time. Wow. You gotta stand up. You can't you can't be crouched when you have to rotate like that, you know? Oh, that nade got placed so well because of the bounce.
Yeah, it did.
That nade was so well placed because of the bounce. That is luck there. That is not skill. That is luck. More nades are
Frosty
coming
giving
out.
away their positions.
Oh, this is very close. Definitely very lucky. Luck on both sides here. Oh, but not enough. Nye goes down to Satan, and Supernatural will just squeeze by with map 1.
Yeah, I really felt like Loyal Dogs had this map, but unfortunately, I think after that failed cap attempt, it kind of threw them off.
Yeah, they so had that map. If they just knew how, if they felt more comfortable with the cap, that could.
Yeah, I'm not sure
definitely-
exactly what was. I don't know exactly what was going on there, but for some reason, it just didn't work out for
I
him.
think A, he got spooked by the code. So, like, you know, just an unwillingness to cap was definitely evident. B, the prospect of a rotating defense was spooked him, and he just didn't feel like he could memorize and type in the code in the allotted amount of time. As you can see here, our next map will be Cargo. And we will not be seeing any change-ups in the lineup. Loyal Dogs will be on offense.
Yeah, Cargo definitely lends itself to a very similar playstyle as Tanker.
Yes, it does, and I think the Dogs have a chance here. They definitely played very well on Tanker, almost winning it. I cannot stress how close they were to winning it twice. But Supernatural was just able to scrape on by.
It does seem like we have one drop from Supernatural. I don't know if we're gonna see somebody change out, or
Could
if that was
be.
just technical.
So some teams like to be all inclusive and just try to get everyone in who's available. You know, they're devoting time. It's a shame not to play them.
Especially if one person has a little bit more of a strength on a particular map, you kind of rotate them in for that map and rotate them out on maps they're not as strong on.
Yeah, exactly. Rotating the players is the reason why we are allowed to have 8 members on a team. Now, imagine if there was like 15 members on a team and you just rotated entire squads out, like it was hockey or something like that. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I know last season when we played on Riot together, there were certain maps I just would not play, and there was other people on the team that would definitely rotate in for that map.
Yeah, no, I definitely I tried to make sure everyone felt good on maps or felt good on the map they were playing on. As hard as it is at times to keep track.
Yeah. Yeah, need a PowerPoint or something.
Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Here's a presentation on. So I'm gonna roll with that for a second. A presentation on what players we like to play on what maps.
There's a complete rundown of killed KD ratios for the last season.
Yeah.
Correlated by player.
Have that meeting. So let's talk about your stats here really quick. 5 team kills. They happen, don't worry. You have a negative. You have killed more teammates than you have killed other team members.
Yeah.
What say you in your defense? I choose my right to remain silent.
Right.
What is
Yeah,
that?
definitely.
Plead the fifth? Plead the fifth, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like over on Supernatural we have Bobby Singer.
Ooh. So there is a bit of a rotation going on. Yeah. I can't see the final part of his name, so we're going to have to wait till he spawns in. Hang out at the Supernatural side of the defense here as they spawn in.
It's Jackarock.
Jackarock. Packarock and Dak. Yeah.
Good question. I'm gonna call you Jack because your name is Jack.
Yeah, sure.
Quick question: how many people?
It looks like we have that not all the way north objective.
Yeah, the not so north objective is definitely fun one. There's plenty of capturing points, including inside that building.
Yeah, it's
C4's
definitely
gonna go on the end of the tunnel there. Ooh, from the fence. It's a good place for that.
That building cap can definitely be a painful lesson to learn if you're not ready for it.
And we haven't seen it so much as more teams have been defending it by placing people where Dawn is, actually. But the nade is on point from Donnie. The res can come out, but ooh, that is a good one. That is a really good nade. The res will come out, though, sadly. But there's a chance to catch 2 out here. Hi, I'm Gary. Finds Nelvis, and he's able to slide by that C4. Definitely some good action could be happening on the other side as well. Donnie's able to find Winchester, and Gary's able to find Dawn. Objective is a lot more squishy than it was before.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he decided to push up there. Seemed like a risky move.
Yeah, it was pretty risky, but maybe they just wanted to change it up a bit, but he just wasn't ready for this aggression, and Loyal Dogs, once again, will take the first point.
Yeah, without losing a single teammate, by the way.
Yeah, definitely, I'm really happy to see this showing from Dogs here.
Yeah. Lots of gunfire and celebration. That was a very strong way to start out Cargo.
You deserve to run through that lead by winning.
Yeah, I've definitely had to limit my my shooting at the end as ammo has gone up in price.
I'm gonna interrupt you here. Well, yeah, ammo does go up, and ammo was pretty expensive. I don't own a gun, but I do know it's expensive. But aside from that, back to the game here, Supernatural were not able to get a single kill that round. All members of Loyal Dogs lived to tell the tale. It's great stuff.
Yeah, let's see them ride that momentum on through this map.
They may have lost map 1, but they're definitely not phased from that. Just extremely strong showing on this map. I'm almost half tempted to see what Loyal Dogs have been able to do on Suburbia. I wish I could see that.
Yeah, unfortunately, we won't be seeing that today.
Sadly. One day, Xandria.
One day.
We're gonna have a mirroring objective here. Both teams are using Vince. Stakes get higher.
Yes. It's not over yet.
Dogs are definitely looking to get themselves a map here and stay in this game. Now, if I'm not mistaken, they haven't won a game yet, have they?
No, they have not. And Dean bringing that shield out. Let's see how that plays for them.
It worked for him before. I'm surprised. Well, yeah, this is the first Marstalk route, so this is the first time. It is a little harder to use the shield on this map than on Cargo since it is brighter, and I'm going to assume he's going to use that night vision rather than flashlight. What he's running. Yeah, he's running the night vision. Why were you telling me that? I left my overlay on. Try to use callouts instead of getting aggressive. Oh, but he doesn't know how to balance his shield when he
Oh, bad throw.
Bad throws. Odds for the shield are coming out. At least I'm assuming. I don't know Spanish, but more nades are going to come out from Satan. Oh, it's going to bounce just right. It's going to bounce just right.
Very
got
nice.
So
nade.
lucky. The lucky nades are just on point today. Hayeto can go for the res if he wants, but he's got to run the risk of getting caught up by that shield. Remember, the boxes here, unlike on Tanker, are not bulletproof. They are semi-permeable. Res will come. Very dangerous, though. Shield monitoring that, but but the res will come out. Okay. How do you think Loyal Dogs can counter this shield, Xandria? Oh, Dean's able to find Gary. Yeah, you can't just peek out like that when you're going against the shield. It's just not going to work out for you. And Satan is right there waiting for the rotation. Loyal Dogs are down to 1. Supernatural have not yet to be killed here. And the cap's coming out. Frosty's got to get onto objective here.
Yeah, he does. And he's in the smoke.
Oh, the distraction's coming out.
Oh, but they killed.
They killed. The communication is lacking on Supernatural to allow the cap.
That was bad communication. You definitely got to let your team know.
And whenever you see that smoke, at least personally, whenever I see smoke, I just like to run in there and just wreak havoc inside of it. Because, they can't see
throw
you.
a frag or something.
Yeah, throw a frag, get your knife out, just go around stabbing people. It's a fun time.
Stabby.
Like, Loyal Dogs have got to learn to stand up and run around a bit in order to prevent people from learning from where they are. Got to get these rotations on point and quicker. I think it's the one thing that's really holding them back right now. We see a lot of crouched action here.
Yeah.
Good action nonetheless.
Yeah, I definitely know this game can be overwhelming early on. You kind of get locked into the idea of what you're going to do, and you kind of tune out all the action around you. You kind of have to get to that point where it's all more of a symphony than chaos,
Yeah, and understanding, like, I've talked about this before. I don't know if I talked about it with you, but I've definitely talked about it with Snooper. Battle sense.
Yeah.
Your battle sense is not something, people aren't born with a battle sense. Like understanding what's going on, where, and how is a very hard thing to do in this map, especially with the sound update. Like, there's no longer definitive sounds, so you gotta understand, like, oh, my guy's over there, but there were shots going off that don't sound like my own. Whatever, if the shots that sound longer, that aren't your friend, are going on longer, chances are he's probably victorious.
Right. Yeah, that is definitely an interesting aspect of this game is that the gun sounds are very directional and they're definitive for each side. So you can kind of learn what guns sound like what to know who's shooting who.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds like a 249 right there. That is. 249 is very definitive sound. Hiedo goes down to Satan right off the get-go. Loyal Dogs are not looking as strong as they were before, but this is a very hard objective to get onto. Gary's getting pretty cheeky here. Donnie's able to find Don, and Winchester's able to find Donnie on the refrag.
Oh, and Mousecraft running past Satan. Unfortunately, Satan now knows where he is. But Mousecraft getting the...
Ooh, that's a very good pick. Now, yeah, the refrag will come out. It's a trade. And so now the rotation's going to have to come out, leaving objective just a little bit more undefended. But Loyal Dogs aren't really following up hard enough in order to be able to... Oh, they will! A very nice pick from... No, that's Gary. I'm sorry. Couldn't read it because it was blending in.
Yeah, Nevis here could very easily go and get the rotation and get that res, but chooses not to, or either that or is not aware.
Not in a... it's a little risky right now. Not the opportunity is there right now as it stands.
Yeah, but it's dwindling quickly.
It is very much dwindling quickly as Nye is getting closer to the tunnel exit there.
And Nye would no doubtably, Nye would no doubtably get called out here as they turn this corner.
Question is, will she double tap anything? I think it's a girl, right? I don't know. I see the profile.
Right.
Yeah. Double tap. Oh no, the double tap's not happening. But oh, she might have saw the phasing of the legs. Oh, the double tap will come from Gary as he gives away his position, and Nelvis is below objective. Does Gary know how to cap? He doesn't.
Oh.
He's not going. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is the other objective. I got confused there for a second. But Gary's legs are exposed, and so now Nelvis has exposed himself to Nye. And Nye's being really sneaky here. Nelvis thinks that Nye is in front of him, which is not the case at all. Even though she was called out.
Yeah, I definitely saw Nye pointing a little bit ago. I think she was trying to signal to her teammate. I think she's really trying to be sneaky as she doesn't really know who's where.
Where she is right now, I don't think that the kill count is correct for even being tracked right now, because she's still sneaking around even though she knows where the last person is exactly.
Oh, this could work out very good for her.
This could work very well. All right, he's got to get around that pallet first.
Just stand up,
Nelvis.
you'll have it.
You just got to stand up. It's okay to stand up. The nice pick comes out in Loyal Dogs. All right, there's a crowd in there. You can hear the crowd going wild in Nye's headset. Definitely some spectators at home. At least there's like a semi-LAN event going on then, right?
Yeah.
It's cool to have some spectators. Of course, we're on a 6-minute delay, so it'd be kind of weird to show our cast when, the live thing's happening right there.
Yeah. But yeah, great round for Loyal Dogs. Going up 2-1.
Definitely could have picked up the pace there. Could have shifted even more in their favor if they were able to follow up quicker, but it worked out in the end for them. They were able to kind of keep their cool and be able to get these picks. Supernatural definitely need to work on their battle sense, as Nye was called out, and the the kill. There are a couple things here. I'm just gonna kind of go through the list here. The kill counts are so important here. It's good. It's important to know when you're in a 1v1 situation, because a 1v1 is very different playing wise than a 5v5. You have all the map to your advantage in order to be able to get yourself the nicest place in order to be able to pin your enemy. And the call out was just ignored, because the call out was Nye was called out at the entrance of the tunnel, so you knew that your enemy's behind you. And he was still insisting on looking in front of him because he just really wanted to hold that good spot, but that good spot's nothing when you're looking behind, when the enemy's behind you. So Just a couple of things for Supernatural to work on. Obviously, they're a newer team. They're not gonna know how to do everything perfectly, but it's kind of league basics at this point.
Yeah, and it kind of goes into what I was saying earlier, that the game is so chaotic and there's so much in your head to keep track of that sometimes you tune a lot of that information out, unfortunately.
Yes.
So, which is not good. I mean, you definitely want to work towards not doing that, but it's definitely something that happens.
It's a bit of like, you know, like the shock of war kind of going on in this game. It's a lot like paintball, but you know, a lot more brutal because, you know, people are just gonna run up like Mousecraft is. Dottie's able to find a nice double, and Supernatural go down too. Definitely a really good push coming out of Loyal Dogs there as they, oh man, it's a 5v3 right now. It couldn't be better.
And it's definitely, you know, good to see. And it's sort of a, changing up the object.
Yeto knows to rotate away. I just don't. Okay, he calls out the shield. That's good. Looks like he's gonna try to throw a nade. It's gonna go a little too short. Frosty's got some company as well. 2 shields are coming out now. And it's definitely the Loyal Dogs' weakness. Oh! Frosty's able to get one. But the shield still stands. It's Nelvis. He's having a harder time with it, though. At that range. He's definitely not getting aggressive enough with the shield. You can get a lot more aggressive with it and be able to get better kills with it. But, Donnie's able to find Nelvis. Loyal Dogs have found their counter shield skills, and now it's up to 1 shield guy in order to be able to do this. He has a gun now because he scavenged off, but he's not even holding the shield in front of him for peeking. He's just doing it. He's just playing normally. He's using the shield as, you know, a way to retreat.
It's definitely a tough spot to be in. I mean, 1 versus 5.
Now, the one thing the Dogs can do right now, if they want to be able to cleanly end this, is to send 1 guy on a flank. But I don't think they have their kill count, so they're a little hesitant to do so.
Or even 2.
Yeah.
When you have 5 to, you know, when you have 5 to 1.
Let's not get too ambitious here.
Yeah.
Nade will, smoke will come out. Gary is breathing heavy. Plenty of shots are coming out there as they just try to pressure the shield into making a mistake. Rotation's gonna come out. I think it's seen. But it's Mousecraft hasn't turned himself around yet. Aid will get botched. And improper shield play will get Loyal Dogs a 3rd point, a 3-1 lead. Yet again. Yes. You have the ultimate defense weapon in a 1v1, and you're not using it.
And it's really unfortunate to see.
I mean, the shield is a very hard thing to learn. It's not something that comes naturally like a gun does. It takes a lot of practice, and it makes it even harder that when you control your player in game, you're not really being the one controlling your player. You're really just, your player's just a puppet. So it's like you're teaching a puppet how to defend himself with a riot shield. It's not the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, having that anxiety of being 1 versus 5, it doesn't help either. I mean, you know, all eyes are on you. It's up to you. Yeah.
Go ahead though. I'm sorry for interrupting. Yeah. Lost the thought?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. I do that too. I do that to myself, man. You'll hear me talk about something, then I'll pause and like, what was I saying? It's not an easy job, mind. You're kind of analyzing matches as they happen.
Yeah, I know we always talk about that caster vision, but sometimes it can be a little overwhelming.
It can be, especially when the action picks up really quick. And speaking of the action picking up really quick, some smokes are going to come out really quick here as Dean tries his best to keep objective watertight. The dogs are actually going to push up here pretty substantially, get about half the property. We're going to fire. Ooh, this nade could be good. Oh, it launches. It's not able to. Ayeto gets taken down by Dean. Just peeking underneath that cargo container, but Satan's gonna, or I'm sorry, Mousecraft's gonna get Satan. There's a lot going on here. Bobby's able to find himself Donnie. Now they're doubling up the defense. Doesn't make sense, but we'll just go with it. There's
Yeah,
only
at the end of all.
There's only
Go
one
ahead.
member of Loyal Dogs left, so I guess it kind of makes sense to double up, but Supernatural are definitely working better when they're from behind.
Gary kind of breathing heavy into his mic, giving away his position as he creeps along here.
Hi, I'm Gary. You gotta say the full name. No, I don't have to. I just like his name. It's so happy.
It's a great name.
It's just such a happy name, you know? Oh, the lasers are lining up here. Now let's look at Supernatural, their second point.
I really hope we don't see another repeat
Oh, man,
score
that would be painful.
as before.
I want to see Loyal Dogs take a map here.
I do too.
I want
wonder
a
if it's a
round
little
three.
bit-
I want a round three, man.
Yeah, right. I wonder if it's a little bit psychological that you get up to that 3-point, you just got to get one more and then, pressure's on.
Supernatural could work better with the pressure on, but I think the shield has definitely been working for them pretty well. It definitely puts the pressure on the offense. But Loyal Dogs on defense, they do really well. Just holding really good angles and being able to communicate their kills, I guess. Or at least, like setting up a solid defense that's pretty hard to penetrate.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this game definitely kind of lends itself to a defense-biased play style.
I think it has for a very long time. The devs have clearly made strides to make it less so, but that defense bias still kind of emerges at times.
I mean, I guess it just sort of falls into like the core way the game is played. I mean, by defense, your objective is to keep the enemy away from the objective. So you can just sort of sit there and wait. The burden is on the offense to come to you.
Yeah, and the offense definitely have a lot more going against them. They got the clock, they got to cover ground, whereas Volk just spawned right in the objective. They pop a beer and just hang out,
Yeah.
Hopping into round 6 now.
And you said earlier about the flashlight and shield, and now we see...
Yeah, this is round 6. I'm sorry, the flashlight and shield, we're seeing the flashlight?
Yeah, we're seeing this flashlight with the shield now, going down the tunnel.
Oh, the Dean? Or no? Oh, that's Bobby. Or one of them. Both kind of crouched here. Oh yeah, the flashlight shield combo. It's definitely not going to work on this ranged aspect on this objective here. The flashlight just doesn't have that range. It's good for kind of sighting though. Nades are going to go a little long here. Free Fire's going to come out. So massive fix. Satan's able to find Mousecraft. And the rotation. Oh, just pre-fire that smoke and you'll have it. There's not enough flanking. Barry thinks he can take on a shield just by shooting at it, and it's just not gonna work. Oh no. You gotta get these nades going or get some kind of special utility if you want to take down the shield. Otherwise, you're just gonna let it be.
I don't think we've
OP.
seen any C4 from them this game.
No, we haven't. We haven't seen C4, Molotov, we haven't seen it. Dean's gonna find Frosty. Playing it really slow, but Loyal Dogs are just letting themselves, you know, get shot by the shield at this point. They're not doing any fancy rotations or anything like that. Yeto will get lucky and be able to take down the shield. We're into a 2v1 here with a res if possible for Loyal Dogs, but he's actually gonna try. Oh, the second shield's right there. It's Bobby. He has a flashlight, so he's not gonna be as accurate as Dean.
Oh,
But it's just
unfortunately,
enough.
losing the trade.
Oh, it's a 3v3 again. Oh no. Supernatural have been working their asses off from behind. Like, Loyal Dogs are really good at the first point of the map, but then Supernatural just adapt and kind of change it up just a bit, just tweak it so it works in their favor. The shield definitely has been working in their favor this match, but I feel like that's because Loyal Dogs just haven't really been defending against the shields as well as possibly could be.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard skill to master, and I feel like communication is key in that. You kind of have to occupy the shield while not dying, and simultaneously getting a teammate to rotate around and kind of attack the shield from the side, or use some sort of utility like a frag grenade or a Molotov.
Those are the
or a
two.
C4.
Those are the two easiest ways that give me a nightmare personally as a shield guy.
Yeah.
Like I've always kind of had like that's the eyes behind my head trying to listen or like look for the rotation happening, kind of give me a time limit on how long I can engage someone. But Loyal Dogs, they're just playing so crouched that they just let the shield just walk right through them. They gotta get up and run around. Supernatural doesn't have backup behind their shields all the time, and it can very easily get punished.
Yeah, you kind of have to go a little bit dynamic with your play style. You got to know when to crouch and know when to run.
Smokes are coming out from Loyal Dogs here, but they're not rushing to back up their smokes. They've applied the pressure with the utility, but it's just not applying the pressure with the physicality. Dean's gonna miss Yeto, but the C4 will go off and get him. He's gonna go for this confirm. He's a little nervous, but he's gonna be able to get that. One resable. Oh man, it's not looking good for Loyal Dogs. Only one member is mobile, and he's occupied. The tunnel goes down. Oh, the communications are lacking.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened in that tunnel. If they breathed a little hard or just got a little crazy with the joystick, but they definitely seemed like Supernatural was on them.
I like the crazy with the joystick. I'll have to steal
Crazy
that.
with the joystick?
Yeah, that's a good.
Can't push that
description.
thing too far, man.
Yeah, no. Even crouched, you will make noise, and so it can definitely give you away. Oh, that is so painful. Loyal Dogs had it going for them twice so far, and it just. Oh. That is so painful. It's definitely good for Supernatural to see this massive comeback, but there's been a part of me that's always cheered for Loyal Dogs to get a map win here.
And you know, props to Supernatural for being able to adjust. I mean, they've been down what 3-1 both maps, and then able to bring it back. That is not easy to do.
No, it is definitely not easy, and the mental part of the game definitely becomes a lot harder when you are in that situation. And for some reason, you know, Supernatural just are able to get it together and be able to pull off a pretty good win. You know, from being, you know, at rock bottom. And Loyal Dogs definitely, like, even though they've officially lost the game, props to them. They've kept a really tight scoreline here, 4-3. Ooh. And as you can probably see on the screen, we're gonna have a very different map for you tonight. We're gonna have tonight, obviously. We're gonna have Bizarre Night. Obviously, I don't have the thing on the screen to represent night, but it is Bizarre still, nonetheless. But Bizarre Night, Xandria. Your thoughts?
So Bazaar is always a good map just because it's so diverse. You know, you have some really long shots down the streets, and then there's all kind of little nooks and crannies inside the buildings, and then you throw nighttime on top of that, and it just twists it all up.
Yeah, it's just it's gonna a lot of places where you could think gonna be hidey holes before are, you know, like indoors where it's all well lit, and so they're not hidey holes anymore because you stand out like a sore thumb. Night vision.
Yeah, and then certain spots out on the streets and whatnot are in shadows, so you can kind of hide there.
Yeah, and some places are not nearly as well lit. Obviously, with caster vision, we have this very nice flashlight that I can shine around the world here. Illuminate my perspective, but turn it off. See some really dark areas that can be really tough to spot people out in. I think one of them is actually like right over here. It's like, yeah, it's just look at that whole deep dark. Great, but we're gonna turn the flashlight on for. Ooh, that's a glitch. I don't know if you're seeing this, Andrea, but yeah. Probably mention that to the devs. The fact that this building is 100% empty on cast. Doesn't look great. Actually,
All right, minor details.
all of them are. Well, it kind of makes sense. I mean, it definitely reduces map, or it improves map performance because it's not loading in unnecessary assets and, you know, whatnot. But it messes with me a little bit. I remember the days when you can glitch your way up onto these rooftops. It's kind of have a time, the rooftop party. It was definitely pretty fun messing around with friends doing that. Except you can't get down. If you jump off, you'll die.
Minor downside.
Yeah, a minor downside. You know, you have the time of your life, but the only caveat is that you're gonna die. But hey, who says life isn't worth living? Doesn't look like we're gonna be cycling anybody out. Little Dogs had issues last time we saw them play this map, I believe. It wasn't exactly vibing with them as well, but who knows? I think this nighttime definitely through their chances. I think Supernatural chose this because they just want to be able to use that shield night vision combo.
That's definitely a possibility.
They've been only choosing night maps to play shield. I think that's what they're doing.
I mean,
That's
did we
juicy.
see any shields from Loyal Dogs?
No, they have not played the shield.
So, Supernatural most likely knows that as a weakness of them.
And they gave away the map picks too. Before, like they planned this all out before with both teams, so.
Interesting, you know, interesting fact about that. They told us we'd be playing on Snow Peak night.
Oh, so they weren't.
Don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, they lied. they gave us a whole
They
map
lied to
listing, and
us.
we were like, we're not gonna reveal this during cast because that'd be kind of dumb. Well, they've lied to us. How dare they? That's
Tisk tisk.
tisk. Yes. Hanging out with the Loyal Dogs on Volk here. Reminder that, remember, there isn't a random flashlight flying around the map and illuminating stuff in the game. Only we can see that. That's coming out from... I can't even read that. It's just the night vision's messing with it.
I see some early action here over on the east side.
Satan's able to find Gary. Doesn't help with the night vision that I have a red-green color deficiency, so it's a little hard for me to read names, so I'm gonna apologize for that from an FPV. Makes it a little bit harder for me to differentiate the colors. Doesn't mean I see black and white. Or you know, right?
It definitely looks like Loyal Dogs going for a bit of a spread defense here.
Yeah, just taking a look at the map here, we kind of see what is effectively like a 1-2-2 push here. With one member applying the pressure, 2 in the Coyote building, which you really only think you just need 1 there.
Yeah, they might have some kind of strategy where they're gonna, you know, try to get a little bit of recon from up there, although there's rarely much you can see.
Donnie's able to
And
find
kind of rotating later.
Donnie's able to find Satan, evening it back up. Some pre-fire will come out from the Bazaar, but won't find any purchase. Just trying to hold, or Supernatural's just trying to hold some good viewing spots here, places where you can't really be seen, but you can see all. Ooh, and on the south side, getting very pushy here. Crowley is why you capitalize randomly, man? It's messing with me. Don, yeah, OG Don. That does not help me. He's able to get onto a very ambitious spot on objective. Oh, but he might get flanked. Donnie. Oh, Donnie might get caught here too. It could go either way. Looks like there's going to be a shield. Yes, there is a shield coming from Nelvis, who's using that shield night vision combo.
Yeah, I actually kind of think that's a bit of an interesting position for him there. You know, using that concealment with the wood and then using the shield for cover.
Yeah, definitely makes his position a lot better. But he gets taken down anyway on the rotate on the cross. His most vulnerable time. He didn't use any utility to cross that. That's like something you have to do. Don's able to find Mousecraft as they just rotate behind the objective here. He had us able to find Don, but Dean Winchester is able to get that refrag. No double shield strat. Only 1 shield. I thought he had a shield for a second. Nice, making the rotation now. Onto the objective building, trades, and now we're into a 1v1. Last member of the Loyal Dogs makes his rotation on and is able to get the win.
Oh.
Donnie with the rotation there. Coming in clutch.
Yeah, I was wondering if he'd be able to rotate back in time because they kind of left that whole objective building open there for a moment. But unfortunately, they didn't push in fast enough to, you know, get that cap before Little Dogs could push in and tell them no.
A lot of teams choose to play it safer by playing it slow, but there is something to be said about, you know, applying a massive amount of pressure early on or even later on. But just applying a massive amount of pressure, like, as a team, under, like, covers of smoke and anything you can name, can be thrown onto objectives just to throw the defenders off and be able to sneak a cap in or be able to, you know, completely flank them and murder them. Loyal Dogs once again go up 1 point or take the lead on the map first round. We've seen Supernatural bring it back twice now after being put up against the wall. Think it'll happen again?
I don't know. I definitely would love to see Loyal Dogs kind of break that curse.
Yeah, me too.
Only time will tell.
Now, Loyal Dogs have been putting up one heck of a fight here. I would really like to see them get a map on the board. I think if any team here deserves it, it's definitely 4-3, 4-3 is both the score lines. Supernatural definitely have put the work in to get those 4 points, but man, Loyal Dogs have just kind of come out of nowhere.
Yeah. It definitely feels like both teams are using the full 2 minutes to plan, as they should.
Yeah. With this objective, a lot more planning is involved. Supernatural's been really good on defense now, at least on Cargo. They've been able to hold really good angles and have a relatively impenetrable defense as far as those with Loyal Dogs. But Loyal Dogs really haven't pulled anything funky on them yet. They haven't pulled shields. They haven't really pulled too much utility. Supernatural defense. See how they set up for a second here. Alright, the spawn comes. Let's go see how the offense is doing.
Vente por aquí, por aquí. Cruza rápido.
It definitely doesn't look like Loyal Dogs is getting too pushy. They definitely are taking their time and checking their angles, which is very good.
Yeah.
Gracias. Nos van a matar, cabrón.
I don't hear Winchester thinks he sees someone using that bullpup. Not something we see too much in League.
No, not a ton. It's a little awkward to reload.
Fun fact about it though, that particular gun is accepting of the Marsoc drum max. So if you down the Marsoc machine gunner, you could take his drum max.
Interesting.
And yeah. The fun is able to be spread around there. Nye goes down from Winchester.
Yeah, I was just gonna say them pushing out through this western bazaar here can be kind of dangerous if somebody's watching.
And they're not doing it under cover of smokes. They're just relying on being sneaky in. It's just not working out for them. Mousecraft goes down. Odin as well. Man, it's just not working for Dogs here. They gotta be more aggressive or find better spots. But oh, they just keep getting caught out when they try to sneak around.
I'm not sure what they were trying to do with that frag. They definitely need to smoke this corner to kind of push up and get behind the defense.
Yeah, they're down 2 members here. Something's got to change. Just trying to crouch your way onto objective is just not going to work. Angles coming out of Supernatural have been really good. At least from Dean. Taking a look here. Yeah, he's been carrying on this map. Standard defense on the bulk side here as we kind of just talk about that while Loyal Dogs recollects their attack here. Kind of defending both sides of the objective. Got one across the street, one guarding the alleyways, one forward, one back, one far back. Being able to watch that flank. 3 minutes remaining though. Loyal Dogs have the clock beginning to kind of slowly creep up on them. Do you think a south approach will be really good for the Dogs here as kind of like a secondary attack?
Yeah, I don't know. The south approach always tends to be a little bit tricky because you have a lot of area that's typically well covered to cross in order to get to the objective.
Yeah, there's a lot of open areas as well, including that like both sides of the alleyways that you're just very exposed on, and it just kind of run against you.
And not to mention Bobby's kind of hid down here pretty well.
Yes, he is. It's kind of, yeah, he's hiding behind that wall there. A little visible at times. There's some cracks in that wall or missing bricks. Not really a crack, it's straight up bricks being missing. Come on, people, finish up your walls when you build them. These people have a homeowners association or anything? Like, come on. Dean's probably gonna get a beat on this though. One thing I've talked about before is just when you see a dead body, always assume someone's watching it.
Yeah, for sure.
Good nade came out, but the rotation was just in time in order to save his life. Thought I had room to move my camera through, but apparently not. Supernatural gets his score goes off. Donnie's been a lucky man today. And he's gonna try to rotate across, but that crossing, recross will take his fate. Bobby isn't looking for Gary, but someone else is. Winchester. Edo's not in a place to really back him up effectively. Oh, but now he's rotated. Oh, the pick will come out. Edo's not even paying attention. And Loyal Dogs will lose the attacking round. Thanks to Dean.
Yeah, I think that offense was just a little bit too slow and spread out, and they weren't really using utility in an effective manner.
Yeah, it was very spread out. I think the really killing blow was that or I shouldn't say A, because it's really just the main factor that I saw with that was scratching. You sent up two people who were very aggressive right at the start, and they got picked off really quick. They had no backup. And then you got the main attack coming in later, very staggered, very spread out. The lack of coordination was definitely showing there. It's very easy for us to pick apart the strategy from our point of view. Granted, it's really hard to formulate a strategy in game and kind of execute it perfectly, like how, like say, like G-men or beginners would. But you could still kind of like say like, hey, let's all just rush it, you know? Let's all be aggressive.
Yeah.
Or let's all hang back and then let's push the attack at, say, like the final minute or something like, you know what I mean? Like, use something more definitive. Call the attack. That could go for Loyal Dogs. I'm popping in around here. Xandria, go ahead. I cut you off.
That's okay. Yeah, I kind of feel like a lot of that is just playing together and getting sort of this, I call it spidey sense, but you could call it game sense as well, that you just sort of know like what your teammate's going to do when, and it's really hard to get to that level.
Hey man, I've had some serious spidey senses before. I wish I could shoot webs though. We'll have the mini market objective this time. This is a very hard one to defend, but Loyal Dogs have been really good on their defenses, more so than their offenses. Oh, but I tried to get pushy and it did not work. The res can come out, but that is very dangerous. Oh, but it looks like Donnie's gonna try to go for it. Oh no. He's just monitoring it. That's a very aggressive push is coming from Supernatural. That's bright. I'm turning off the flashlight for a little bit in here.
And this three-man push here in the western courtyard being a little bit loud. I wonder if Hijito is going to be effective in slowing down this push.
Yeto has a really good angle for this.
Yeah.
Oh, but he misses one, he misses two. Oh, but he gets a double. He gets the double. He's pinned now from Dean, who's holding a really good upstairs angle. Dean's monitoring it like a hawk. He looks away at the wrong time, and Hayeto with a triple. Oh, baby, a triple for Hayeto. Nice. Very well done. Dawn's able to find Mousecraft. But Supernatural only too strong right now.
Yeah, with two reses available.
And they are very spread out. Well, two reses are available on the Loyal Dog side. So they can,
Yeah.
bring it back up to 5v2. They really tried, but it looks like some of them are a little iffy. So personally, I would say don't res me if I was that far out. But north side could get resed if the timing is right. But as Don here makes his approach, becoming less and less likely. North side, we're also seeing the push come up as well. This has not confirmed Frosty yet.
Yeah, if nothing
Here
else,
comes.
Mousecraft might be able to relay some information here as far as this north push comes.
I think he's a little hesitant to give away his position. He's in a very exposed position. Frosty time's out, but I think he's gonna. Yeah, the 2-minute death just happened for Frosty, so that res will not be able to come. Elvis is pretty close to objective here, closer than his teammate is to support him.
Gary's being so loud to go get this res.
Gotta be quick. That window of opportunity is closing really fast here. Don is sneaking his way up. Mousecraft is also being relatively sneaky here. The puppeteering goes against Don as his body was contorting in a weird way that gave away his position before his gun can round the corner.
And Nevis is on objective. Pat
Nevis is
out.
on objective. Oh no! The Loyal Dogs have left a gap in the defense, and they might get capped on. It's very likely if Nevis can memorize the code. We've seen some quick caps come out of Supernatural. The rotation from Gary's coming. And the kill from Hayero came just in time. A last-ditch cap almost worked for Supernatural.
That was so close.
That was incredibly close.
He had to have been on the last digit.
You gotta keep a guy on, like, monitoring that objective. There were a couple things that got lucky there. A, he didn't go into any, like, the sneakier spots. He was actually relatively open.
Yeah.
But, oh man, if he was able to cap just a little bit quicker, and I know it's really hard to do so, but like, if he was like one of those 3-second cappers like Dean is, like, that would have definitely gone for Supernatural to take a really definitive map lead.
Yeah, absolutely. I was so close.
I was on the edge of my seat, man. What are you talking about?
Me too. Me too. I bet Loyal Dogs are relieved. I wonder if they know how close they came.
I don't think they realize how much time he had on objective. Probably had a
they
good
will
solid
later
10
tonight.
seconds. Yeah, they watch this. They know that they had like 10 seconds. Like, I wasn't even on camera, watching him on camera for the entire time. I just saw him on objective and just had to go over there. But he was probably on longer than I think he was. But I was probably there for like a solid like 7-10 seconds, something like that. Supernatural will now defend this objective. We've seen much better defenses come out of them than their offenses. Little Dogs definitely have been much better on the Marsoc side of things than their defense. No, they've been. I'm sorry. They've been better on the defense side than the Marsoc side. I'm sorry. I misspoke.
It happens.
It happens. We're human. We're not robots. Looky there, a C4 in a very nice space. Definitely seeing Supernatural using that utility way more. The doggies have.
Yeah, definitely those C4s can well placed and good, well timed.
Oh no! Mousecraft gets teamed down.
That's a really unfortunate way.
That's really unfortunate. It's so
Start off
early on. There's no way that
round.
the enemy's there.
I wouldn't say there's no way, but
I mean, maybe not, but it's highly unlikely the way this game has been played. I mean, when you play this many rounds against a team, you know how far they push out. Supernatural doesn't really push too far. They like to hold their objectives closer. They're really good at doing that, being able to hold a tight objective. Push.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see how the southwestern approach can do. It does seem like they're relaying a lot of information. They should be able to see whoever that is up in that western courtyard there, kind of hanging out in that well-lit doorway as we spoke about earlier.
The south approach can definitely be punishing, even if you don't get onto objective. It can definitely distract the enemy.
Which might be exactly what they're doing, as we have this 3-man push coming through the Kayat Bazaar.
A very interesting position, being able to kind of peek through those pallets and kind of an eye onto objective without really being seen.
It's kind of an interesting position Satan has taken up, as he's kind of just laying down here back behind the objective. I wonder if he's just... Go ahead.
A little premature.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh. Okay, it happens to all of us. Harry's getting shot by Nevis. He doesn't know it. Craft probably has an idea. It's coming from Hayeto. Might get caught up by Nevis, but Nevis rotates away as he tries to occupy the north side. Donnie and Nye are in such an exposed position. Able to duck back just in time. Mousetrap's able to find Satan. Little dogs are in a 4v4 situation here against Supernatural.
And Eva's running up those stairs to get Mousetrap.
Hayeto gets Dawn. Now we're into a 3v3. This is really tight.
Yeah, with 1 minute remaining.
Yeah, dogs have got to really begin their push now. Can't be crouching no more. They gotta get loud. They can take down this last guy on objective. There's an opportunity for a cap. Oh, but the rotation might be coming from Natural. Elvis. Is gonna be loud here. Ooh, and the peek is happening. It's a trade. Elvis goes down on objective. 1 member of Supernatural remaining. Hayeto goes down to Bobby, but Donnie is on objective, and Bobby's running. Bobby versus Donnie here. The cap is coming out, and he's right in front. He ducks inside. He's still tablet out. He drops tablet, and he gets it.
Oh, and he gets that point.
He gets the single point. He's not able to get the cap again. It probably would not happen anyways, but
Yeah, I think that was definitely a smart move to abandon the cap and go for the kill.
yeah, it definitely was. He tried to do it, but he could hear that footsteps, and you know that's the worst sound you can have.
Oh,
when
that creates
tablet
so
out.
much anxiety. It's like your hand shaking so bad. It's like, I just want to put the number in.
Yeah. I can tell you, it gets, even with no one around, it gets pretty nerve-wracking trying to cap on objective. So you don't know what's going to happen if someone's like sneaking around. It's easy they're trying to knife you because they're feeling really confident.
Yeah, and keep in mind, in order to put that objective in, you kind of have like this laser pointer that comes off your finger, and you have to point it at each number and click it on a numeric keypad. And oh man, when your hand's shaking, it's so hard because those numbers are not that big.
Yeah, it's already hard enough to operate one laser pointer in real life, let alone in VR. Laser hands. And yeah, so one day we will have an actual working touchscreen on the tablet.
Yeah.
Be very interesting. VR touch like screens can be a little weird though.
They can. I think they definitely got to work on that a little bit before we implement it. I think the laser idea is kind of where it's at right now.
Part of the idea of the touch is so, you know, because you can feel when you tap it and there's resistance. But in VR, you obviously don't get that luxury.
Not yet.
Not yet. One day we'll have like little flaps that go down and tap our fingers whenever we touch stuff.
I mean, the technology's there. It just needs to be mainstream.
Yeah, haptics. There's always like advancements going on in haptics. Loyal Dogs are looking to secure themselves a map win. We've had a really close series, even though Supernatural have already won it, but it's been 4-3 every single time. They're gonna push out really far here and not defend the objective at all.
And this
I don't
is
know how I feel about that.
not what you want to do on this objective. I mean,
really don't know how I feel about that. I would rather, and you remember how I strategized on this. I would keep like almost everybody on objective to make sure every angle of it could be seen. Having people are already slipping by. Mousecraft is let 2 slip by behind him. They have a perfect vantage point. They could see the objective with their eyeballs. Satan's able to find Nye.
No, only one.
Okay, because on the right side there's somebody too.
Fire going out. Oh, and Yeto's able to find Satan. A really nice pick, but the confirm will not be able to come out.
I'm down
I see.
and we have OG Don up here right behind the kayak building.
One in the blue.
Being a bit loud though, unfortunately.
Rez will come out.
Two open the windows down there. Do you get him?
No, he was behind the fence. Behind the fence he was.
Yeah, genau.
And Yeto is able to find Satan again.
Nice.
No, you did. No, you didn't. You just ducked in a really convincing way.
And the objective is wide
I
open.
don't think
right
Satan
now.
can be taken down anymore. No, he won't. And Yeto will finally kill Satan.
Well, I didn't.
I'm sorry, I have to laugh. That's 3 times. They took down Satan. Oh, that's funny. Feel bad for Yeto. He's probably really confused. He probably thinks he just carried the team, but in reality, he's only taken down 1, and he's the last remaining member. Donnie gets taken down on objective. Oh, the Supernatural. I think we all kind of knew Supernatural would be able to crush the defense here. They've been really good at that. They've been really good about coming back from behind.
Yeah. It seems like we're starting to see that again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this objective is just extremely hard to defend. It's probably my least favorite objective in general.
Yeah.
I'd rather take the North Subway objective than this one.
Yeah, I mean, Supernatural, they were sitting on objective. They just must not have been aware of the fact that they were alone.
Yeah, the counting kills is definitely something that needs to be improved on both sides here. Really haven't seen too much of that. There's been a lot of confusion. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, I gotta make fun of it. Hayato must think he had 3 kills when he killed the same guy 3 times. Poor Satan. Still waiting for the round to start. Supernatural's beginning another comeback. Again. Like, this has been the theme of the match the entire day here.
I didn't expect this match to take so long.
Now, I mean, this is what happens when you have a
بس انسان بما تصدق عندنا خلينا نقول سكريتي هذا
and we're gonna see like a 2-2-1 push here. Loyal Dogs checking on what they are doing. Roof. Little light show going on. We kind of see people like scanning. They don't really know where each other are yet. Might have been able to call out a spawn. Kind of hard to tell with these teams. Sometimes they speak a language that I do not comprehend.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about having 3 of your defense upstairs. Well, it's a great vantage point. It's also fairly easy to get picked off.
We talk about that, and Elvis gets a trade with Mousecraft, and luckily it's a trade for them. But we were just talking about getting picked off, and that's exactly what happened. I think they're anticipating Loyal Dogs to try to cap upstairs, but Loyal Dogs have been having issues capping.
Yeah.
They've had so many opportunities to do so. Have not been able to just punch the code in. I think some cap races are in store for next team practice.
Yeah, right?
Gary takes a couple shots there, but doesn't find any purchase. Still a 4-on-4 right now. Loyal Dogs are looking to seal away a map here. They've had a hard time doing for the past 2 maps.
Yeah, they've been 1 point away on both maps, and then Supernatural comes back and takes it.
I know, it's almost rough to watch because I just want them to get a map, man.
Yeah, right? I have faith in them. I think this is their map.
Yeah, me too. I want to see them be able to take a map. I know it's not. I know it's not generally good for casters to have bias, but it would be really nice to see a team playing as well as Loyal Dogs have against to at least to have something to show aside from a scoreline. East objective courtyard. Might be able to get a beat. We're on 4. 2 minutes are remaining in the match. A lot of time has been burned up here. Frosty is getting close as well. Approach this window here. It's been pretty loud. I'm pretty sure he has an idea that Satan is where he's at. Might not be apparent straight up off the bat. Oh, he's gonna be checking the staircase.
It definitely seems like Donnie's kind of trained in on that noise that he's hearing, kind of just waiting for him to peek out around there, although I don't think he'll get that opportunity.
Satan's not been really too peaky. He's kind of just roaming around an objective scene, find a spot, and it really hasn't been working out for him that well. Little Dogs are kind of hunkered down and just moving very slowly. He's going to try to do the drop. Might be able to catch Satan out here. Shots are coming out here. Bobby's able to find Gary. Nye's able to find Don. A good pick. Now,
Yeah, it definitely kind of opens up the northern part of the Kaya building for the entrance.
Donnie just memorized code. Little Dogs could be trying to get really fancy here. I hope it's not their downfall. But
Ooh.
Donnie's getting loud and he's right. Oh no, he's looking the wrong way. Oh, he's able to get it. He's getting it. All right, he can climb at that corner. He's standing out right in the open.
Get on that objective.
Get
punch
on that
code in.
objective. Dean is out here. Oh, he got a little ambitious there. Satan is on the rotation and Loyal Dogs takes the map. Loyal Dogs takes a map.
Yes, and they celebrated very loudly.
I could hear that in the background. I think they're playing together at a LAN or like a VR cafe or something like that. That's awesome. That's really awesome to kind of hear that. We should get a live studio audience for us.
Yeah.
Maybe just a laugh track. But anyways, oh man, that was a good ending. I know they didn't take off the win, but I'm really happy to see the Dogs be able to take a map here. We're probably gonna see them like they've even though they've kind of had a rougher as a team, you know, being kind of like, you know, on the trailing end of the league here. They've definitely improved in a short amount of time, like within 1 week, I believe, right?
Yeah.
That is a huge improvement, and Supernatural have definitely shown off some skill here for being a fairly new team as well. So definitely two teams to keep an eye on. And I would be happy to cast this matchup again later on and see how these teams have progressed ever since, you know, this moment in time. Xandria, before we head out here, what are your thoughts?
So something I was thinking about is something to take from this match is it definitely seems like your overall game sense is a little bit lacking. I think maybe doing exercises with your team, like even just something as simple as counting the enemies that you've downed. So say one teammate downs an enemy, the next teammate who downs an enemy should say 2 down, so that you're working as a team as you kind of like a hive mind, so you all know what's going on in all parts of the map at all times, and just things like that that'll kind of cut through the chaos a little bit and help you guys work together as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, but definitely getting some capping training for Loyal Dogs. They've had so many good opportunities to get get a code in, which could have
Yeah, that's
really
true.
changed the tide of war here and got them a win. But definitely like do like I would suggest they do like cap races where you get like 2 people kind of just run to the objective and see which one can cap first. You know, just like in your own little private lobby. I know Ember have done that before. I kind of dropped in on them doing that. It's really kind of cool to see them do that. But definitely, there's plenty to improve. But for 2, fairly inexperienced teams in the league, we've seen some really good stuff come out of them. So huge props to both teams. Huge props to Supernatural for coming away with a very close win.
Yeah.
It's just been a very close scoreline altogether. I think Loyal Dogs in the end here will have higher points. Because let's see here, did the math here. It is 10 to no, it's 10 to 10. It is an even scoreline.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. It's definitely interesting the way the scoring works in this game is that you can actually lose the match with more points.
Yeah, so it is a high points-wise, but Supernatural definitely have come a long way with the win because they have taken maps 1 and 2, Tank and Cargo, respectively. But like I said, this was a great match for even by EU standards. They're really slow and sometimes can be a little bit harder to watch, but definitely was a very close match, and I'm really impressed by both teams here. Anyways, just a quick shout out to our sponsors, Pro2VR and VR Cover. I know I talked about them a little bit before. Definitely check out both their websites. If you're interested in joining a team or being a part of the VRML, becoming a caster, definitely do so on the website, Onward VRML.com or VRML.com or VRMasterLeague.com. I'm sorry, it's VRMasterLeague.com. Yeah, that'll be it from us. See you later.
Have a good night, everybody.